Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
Part of the reason why the establishment is freaking out about this particular this particular incident is that, number one, this really is a threat to them, and it really is a credible threat to them. Like, first off, Twitter really is how Donald Trump won the presidency, right? Like, Twitter really is, and not just Donald Trump, it's much bigger than that. But Twitter first started, when Twitter first started getting big, like, what was the first presidential election after Twitter was really big? It was 2016. As of 2012, it was nothing like what it was in 2016. And in 2016, you even had Bernie Sanders, you had Donald Trump, you had a lot of people who were like, this was a really important tool where these guys could go right around the corporate press and speak right to the voters. Now, I don't like Bernie Sanders, I don't like Donald Trump, but I do like the ability of going around the corporate press to speak right to the American people. And this is something that they're like very concerned about. They're very concerned about Trump right now and right wingers in general. And they like the fact that they've reestablished kind of this quasi monopoly on the flow of information, that if anyone who's too outside of the the establishment gets too big, they can kind of have one of their organizations write a bunch of hit pieces about what a racist, awful person they are and get them banned off social media. And if they lose that, they're in a lot of trouble. And the reason why this one is such a credible threat is because it's Elon Musk. And Elon Musk has also put them in a very weird situation here. Now, and first off, he's got the money. Now, what he's saying, he was talking about buying in cash the entire company, which does make you wonder, like, even for someone as rich as Elon Musk, you're like, wow, that's a lot of liquidity you're talking about putting up. Like, holy, where are you going to get this from? I don't know. But he was offering, I think it was something close to like a 50% premium on what the stock price is. And then first off, that's just inherently credible. If someone's willing to offer that, how the do you turn that down? There might be a lot of people who are interested in accepting that.
Do you hear the backside of it?
What?
He also said, if you don't take my offer, I'll be selling all my shares.
Well, that's right. He said he'll be selling all his shares, but then he also alluded to having a B plan. And I don't know what exactly the B plan is.
Sell your shares and go compete.
Well, maybe. But I also think there might be something where, look, if the board, I don't know. Okay, this is me speaking a little bit above my pay grade because I don't know if I'm right about this or not. So just take this with a grain of salt. But well, let me just say that if the board were to shut this down, even if the shareholders wanted it, it is possible that that's a violation of their fiduciary responsibility. Like, this is really, because this is a huge, like, there is a legal obligation for the board to do what's best for their shareholders. And so if they don't, they might, I don't know. Someone might have a better legal argument on this than I have. I really don't know. But this seemed to be what he was implying, that, like, look, I mean, if you're going to turn down these people getting a huge premium on their current, shares, you might be in a little bit of trouble. And so maybe that's part of what he's talking about. But this was very, anyway, whether or not this is real, it's credible, and it's interesting what the reaction that he's getting out of all the establishment types.
Yeah, and there's also as big of a shareholder as he is at 10%, Brian, maybe you can look this up, but I think BlackRock also has a significant stake in Twitter, and I'm not sure what other big banks might. But it does probably showcase a little bit of like the just inherent fraud in the system that like if I guess your billionaires are willing to spend more than the profits for a platform because they know that there's more value in like the reach, right? So that kind of showcases something about the way the system works, that like a BlackRock will knowingly lose money on an event. Like the reason why they won't take the 50% increase is because they'll actually maybe spend even more than what he's willing to put up to make sure that they can continue to have the platform. Why? Because they're probably invested in such industries such as money and banking, pharmaceuticals, and others, and ESG scores, where controlling the narrative is actually more important than their profit in any single investment.
Tony Robbins has like a tube.
Plunge pool.
Yeah,
right?
a tube that goes
What
right
is
from
that?
his bed into an ice pool.
What?
Dude, that's so
That's not
dope.
a real
I wish I
thing.
could do that every day.
What?
I wish I could
I
roll.
want to see that. What is?
Yeah, pull up Tony Robbins' plunge pool.
What, so he rolls out of bed and just slides
Yeah.
down?
I mean, that dude is rich as fuck.
Your heart has to stop though if you do that.
Nah, dude, that shit is
What?
good for your heart, dude.
No way. That can't be good. I mean,
So
your
Dorsey-
dick-
It must wake you right up.
Yeah, but
There's no
your
grogginess.
body would go into insta shock. No. What is this?
Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Yeah, he does that. That's the first thing he does every morning.
goddamn.
That's from his documentary.
Yeah, and he said that when he
that
can't and he's on the road, he brings a trampoline to his hotel room so that he
I am
can,
from here's a happy dude. Most motherfuckers with a trampoline are
so
happy.
that he can get his blood flow going first thing in the morning. He jumps on a trampoline for 5 minutes in his hotel room. That must suck.
cool,
Tony
though.
Robbins probably wakes up at 6 in the morning if you're in the room under
just
him. He's in the
Frankenstein.
penthouse. You're in the room under him trying to be on vacation, and Tony Robbins is just bouncing on a trampoline.
Frankenstein
Damn it,
going
Tony.
town to town.
And then you go up to knock on his door, and he's so nice that you're like,
Yeah, you can't fight a nice.
I guess
dude
I'm in
like
your
Tony.
cult now.
Yeah.
So Dorsey eats one meal a day during the week between 6:30 and 9, and
That's
it's
fasting,
usually
right?
chicken, steak, or fish with spinach.
Oh, that's pretty
And then he
good.
fasts on the weekends.
Yeah, that's fast. And I know to do that. That's not hard.
Yeah, but he has so much money.
I mean, that's why he
I'd
don't
be
pay
so
for.
fat.
Like if he took you out to
Fat
dinner,
Yeah, that's like a funny thing. It's like if I had all the money, I'd just be fat. Stanley, I mean, look. I think if you had all the money, you could just constantly be liposuctioning yourself. Also,
I
you
don't
could get
wanna
new
go through
blood.
that.
And
you get cool sculpt every day.
Okay, that seems fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's FDA approved.
I mean, every day though, you get that Antonio Brown feet, and it's not a good look.
That's true.
I can buy all the feet I need, Johnny.
Well, you know it's funny. Steve Cohen, the new the new owner of the Mets,
Yeah.
he's like the richest owner now in baseball. During the negotiations, they put in the Steve Cohen tax.
Well, you know what I just thought there was always,
It's crazy.
which is always kind of silly to me. Is like, you know, you have a cap, right?
Yeah.
And let's say it's 100 million,
Yep.
right? Like we have $5 left in our account.
Right.
And we're at 100 million, right? We're
Yeah.
$5 shy
Yeah.
of 100 million. JD, let's sign Nolan Ryan. How much is he going to be?
Now?
No.
Back then?
He would be the $60 gazillion man. But what I'm just saying is this. If we were to sign him, we only have $5 left before we hit the cap.
Yeah.
We sign him for $5
Right.
for 5 years
Right.
with a
Bonus.
bonus of $352 million.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm just saying, like,
I hear you.
It's however we structure it.
That is
And I'm
correct.
saying, well, that's a bonus. Or we sign him for $5. You can't give him a bonus. It's like, all right, well, we'll sign him for $5
Right.
for 5 years. So
Yeah.
we give him $1 a year.
Yeah.
But we're gonna, for his birthday present, for signing
Yeah.
with us, you know, with the Yankees or the Mets, whatever,
Yeah.
we're gonna give him for his birthday $350 million. I'm just saying.
That's it.
He's now he's on our team.
Why haven't they done that?
I have no idea.
I mean, because they do, structure that in a lot of times, like a bonus. But why not do the whole thing's a bonus? So our payroll is still at 50,000 or whatever. You know what I mean?
like
50 million.
it's weird. Because I go like this. I go, how are you supposed to argue that?
I don't know. They must have something against
Because
it.
I'm just saying, where baseball go, no, you can't do that. I go, well, we signed him. It's a contract. He's going to play
Right.
for $1 a year.
Unless they make you give the bonus right away. Imagine that.
No, or you got to give him his birthday present.
Yeah, but that'd be crazy because you're giving him over 5 years, but you're going to give him his birthday present on the first year. What if he breaks his leg on the second year?
Oh, we're screwed.
That's probably why they do.
No, but I'm just saying. I
You know what I
go.
mean?
There's always loopholes around this.
But give him. All right, it's the bonus kicks in every year. It's not your salary. It's the bonus.
Just make up whatever garbage we want.
Exactly. Your bonus kicks in every year.
But how can they
I hear
argue
ya.
us
No,
and say you
they
can't
can't.
do that? I go, what? We're not breaking any rules. We're at 100 million.
I know.
We're at 100 million. It's just like, yeah, but you can't. I go, it's our money. If we want to give this guy a birthday present, we get it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't argue that.
That's a good idea. Hopefully the GMs are listening to us. Hopefully Cashman and Sandy all listen. Or Epler from the Mets now.
Oh my God.
That's a good idea, though. Why not? Keep your payroll down.
Yeah.
And give Christmas bonuses. And birthday bonuses.
And everybody wants to sign with us.
Totally.
Everybody.
Exactly. That's a good idea.
No, and I understood the salary cap thing is on paper it looks perfect because you can't have just because we have more money than everybody else.
Right.
And it's just like we could get all the good players.
Yeah.
I completely get it.
Yeah.
Because you want to have parity.
Sure.
But I mean, at the same time, like we could just finagle the
deal.
whatever.
Restructure the
It
deal.
just go around it, under it, over it, whatever. It's just like there's more ways that we could just make up whatever we want.
I hear you. That's a good idea, though, man.
Undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Bellator's undefeated middleweight, featherweight, burping weight champion, Antonio McKee. Give the colour, Harrington, go.
So AJ McKee says, look, you did your Grand Prix, right? Which I won $1 million in. So now that I fought for $1 million prize, I never want to fight for less than $1 million again. I'm contractually signed to defend this title, so I'm going to defend it this week. But if you ever want to see me in this Bellator cage again, you better be putting 7 figures together.
Yeah, no, I saw the clip with Helwani this morning, and yeah, I mean, good luck to him. I hope he gets it. I really do. I hope he gets it. And I do know this. I do know that Bellator, they're paying some people some big money. I know Rampage, when he went over there, was on a crazy contract. It might be like 2 or 3 million. I don't know. I'm hearing from, Chinese whispers, we call it in the UK. What do you guys call it? Telephone? Yeah. Maybe it's one of those. You know what I'm
Through
saying?
the grapevine.
Yeah, through the grapevine, but a lot of people were getting paid great money, so you never know. However, if he's standing there and he's trying to hold their feet to the fire or whatever, he's trying to say, listen, if you don't pay me this, where else is he going to go? You know what I mean? Because I doubt he's going to come over to the UFC and make $1 million right off the bat. If he comes over here, dominates, becomes a champion, and becomes a big pay-per-view star, then of course he's got a chance of making multiple millions per fight. But off the bat, I doubt he's going to get that kind of contract.
Well, how many people did he fight for that $1 million? Right? You have to that Grand.
That was a Grand Prix. Exactly.
Like, you have to fight like 3 or 4 people, right? 4 people. Yeah, he had
Same
4
with the
fights to get
PFL.
that $1 million. Well, I'm sure you could make $1 million in 4 fights in the UFC.
Yeah. Well, that's 250 a pop.
Right.
But
Well,
what's
he's
your
also
thoughts
saying
on it?
he's also, and I think this is kind of interesting. And I've never heard a fighter say this before. He said he's looking for back pay, right? So like all.
I
those
saw
fights-
that. That's just. Shouldn't
I
say
liked
the R
it.
word. You want back pay? You're
no.
trying to go back and say, that fight you should have paid me more, and that fight before you should have paid me more. So
Yeah.
pay me more going forward. Shut up.
I mean, if you have proven what your worth is,
you're out of your mind. You're out of
Okay.
your mind. If you go and try and have some negotiation, go, by the way, I shouldn't have agreed or signed a contract to fight for that amount back in the day. So I want my next fight you to pay me more. You will get laughed out of that negotiation room so quickly. It is hilarious. I don't know who's advising him on that there, but whoever it is needs to stop advising anybody. Anybody walks in to a negotiation and says, you know what, I agreed to too little for that fight. I said, well, maybe you did, But the reality is you did agree with it. You made your bed and you got to lie in it. You know what I mean? Going forward, of course. Going forward, God bless him. I hope he makes as much money as possible. And I like the fact he's standing his ground and he's willing to do that. God bless him. He believes in himself. But going backwards for back pay, I mean, come on, man. And that's all part of the process. It's part of that process. I mean, I don't know the kid, so I'm assuming a lot here. But that's what brought him to this space where he's at now. This is what's brought him to the wherewithal and having the business acumen to sit here and say this kind of stuff, because you go on that journey, what I mean? So he's learned a lot and he's learned his worth and he wants more money. God bless him. But asking for back pay is out of his mind.
Well, it's funny you asked who is advising him. He is now firing his management team and his agents, and he is going to negotiate directly with his father as his only advisor. So, maybe he's drinking a little too much of the AJ McKee Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't sound like his manager and his agent. That sounds like his dad. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like his dad giving him advice. You would have $1 million a fight, and we should have had $1 million every fight. What the we're gonna get? How many fights have you had in Bellator, son? $7 million. No, it's not how it works. Anyway. But God bless him. I hope it does. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he gets the $7 million lottery ticket in his next fight.
Godfrey. Trust. What you say is true. Godfrey.
See, we came out right at the time when a certain technology was available, like the MTV. It was a certain cultural technology. MTV was in this place, and it was at this point where MTV was being attacked, and rightfully so, because they were not playing certain videos. And what happened was, we made our video, and Sony said, "Listen, you got to play this video, or we're not gonna, or you can't have the Michael Jackson video." They had to leverage this type of stuff. And then our video came out, just like when the song came, we did the video because when the song got broken in Philadelphia. So WMMR played the song, and all of a sudden, it was our second single, and people called, "What's that tune? Whose tune is that?" Da-da-da. It got phones, and then it started to pick up, and then it started to pick up regionally. And I mean, that was the old system, right? And then when radio did a thing. And then we did the video. And then the video, because the song was becoming very popular on radio, we did the video, and then the video blew up. Yeah, man. And it's kind of like, I mean, that's kind of the way things go. You know what I mean? You do like a thing.
Yeah.
And like the viral thing. The viral thing is people want to figure, and there's no figure. It either is, it's like the mean baby. Either the mean baby works or the mean baby doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. And it just suddenly it catches on and does its thing.
So in 1970, I was playing in San Francisco at the Fillmore West with Humble Pie, and I had just got rid of a guitar. I've swapped one for this Gibson hollow body guitar, which I love those guitars. And but Humble Pie played so loud that every time I turned up for the solo, those guitars feed back. So my solos were ooh, that was about it. Mm-hmm. So this friend of mine from San Francisco came up and said, couldn't help noticing you having a problem. So he said, why don't you try my Les Paul tomorrow night? I said, I should never have sold that SG, So anyway, he brings it over the following morning. I get it out the case. It's a black Les Paul. It's the guitar we all know now. And so I picked it up and played it, and it was like a dream. It was like it was made for me. The neck was perfect and whatever. So I played the rest of the shows at Fillmore West, maybe 2 or 3 more nights. With that guitar, without my feet touching the ground. It was so amazing. Wow. And so at the end of the run there, I said to Mark Mariano, that's his name, and I said, Mark, I don't think there's I love this guitar. I don't think there's a possibility that you could ever sell it. Is there? And he said, no. I said, well, I understand. He said, no, I want to give it to you. So, oh wow. And so anyway, meanwhile, I have given him so many guitars.
That was a smart move on his part.
They suck.
I've made it worth its while. It's like a really guitar, you know. So, but anyway, so then I play from 1970 all the way, finishing off with my stay with Humble Pie, and then all my solo career up until 1980. So every session I did, every record I did, the live record, other people, all the sessions I've ever done for other people, myself, in that 10 years was that guitar. Then we played South America in 1980, and we had just finished playing Caracas, Venezuela, and we had a day off. So the gear, band gear, flew on a cargo plane,
right,
from Caracas to Panama, where our next show was. Well, unfortunately, and you know, it was tragic. You know, people died, but it never got off the runway. So all our equipment was on board there, and it just went up into a huge fireball for hours. And so we pretty much knew that everything was gone. You know, well, the tail broke off, and the guitars down first of all, and the guitars were in the tail. So it so what they think happened was when my tech went down there, JD went down there a week later to see the, you know, what's left, because we had to go on and do other shows with new gear. They said nothing survived. Well, the guitars did survive apparently, and they were sold, you know. They were, you know, so stolen from the plane. So now I'm thinking, I find out I'm having lunch in Panama, and my tour manager comes in and tells me about the crash. And I said, my guitar. And he said, yeah. And, you know, and unfortunately, human life, you know, and that we didn't really think too much more about the gear at that point. So anyway, 30 years go by, and I get an email from a guy in Holland. And there's a dozen photos of my guitar now. And I screamed, you know, I couldn't believe it. And I knew it was mine immediately.
You could tell immediately, look, I'm not a guitar player, but you could look at the guitar and say, oh, that's definitely my guitar.
I didn't tell him that, though.
Right.
So I didn't want to have to, you know, I got given this the first time. I don't want to have to buy it back. So anyway, it took another couple of years to actually get it back. This kid had come in. It was in
Curacao.
Curacao Island, and this kid came in and said to this luthier, could you fix this guitar? It doesn't play very well. And it was, you know, his father's guitar that he'd bought, obviously a stolen piece of merchandise, and hidden it away now because everybody was getting a little wise to what this might be. So the luthier said, leave it with me overnight, and I'll make it playable for you. You know, restring it and clean it up. And so anyway, he knew exactly what it was. And so he called his friend in Holland, and who is a guitar nut, and it's a Dutch island, Curacao. And he said, check these pictures out. He said, take all the forensic photos you can. Take the neck, take the body, take the this, and, you know, and I'm going to send it to Frampton. And so when I got the email, you know, I knew where it was, but it was like, as soon as the kid came back the next day, and I'd already seen the photos at this point. Kid comes back next day, and the luthier says, you know what this is, don't you? This is Frampton's guitar. And he grabbed the guitar and ran away. So another year goes by. Jesus. All of a sudden, we know where it is. We just don't know.
I mean, knowing it's in Curacao is not very much leading you to anything. There's a lot of people that live there.
So a year later, the kid comes back to the luthier and says, look, $5,000. I want to buy a new Gibson. This one's shit. So I'll pay me $5,000 for this, and he can have it back. So that's what I did. But it's the interesting part is that the luthier did not want to sell it to the kid because he would be selling stolen merch, buying
buying stolen merchandise, right?
And he thought, we were going to have the FBI waiting for him in Miami when he bought the guitar back. So
that's such a crazy story.
Yeah. So in the end, the kid wants a new guitar, gives it to him, and then so the luthier doesn't want to buy it, so he goes to the Minister of Tourism of the island of Curacao and says Curacao should buy this for Peter Frampton. So I couldn't put the island in jail.
Wow. And then when the minute you got it back, you immediately felt like, oh, this is home again. This is it's from Frampton Comes Alive. It's from that record. It's that record. It's that guitar. That's crazy.
The thing was, I didn't reveal it visually. I played, let's rehearse Do You Feel? We never rehearse Do You Feel? And I said, let's do, so da 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 with my back to them, and then I turned around, and the sound in the in-ears for us was like, I turned around and they were all like this.
Wow. That is hard.
Can I ask an anime question? And either of you can answer, Justin or Sergio. I tried to watch this live. I think it's live action Death Note. Is Death Note anime?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen to the original themes from Maximum the Hormone. They're hard.
Yeah, there's the music, the original music for but that was for the animated version.
Yeah.
Okay, not the live action version.
Yes.
I didn't see the live action, but the anime is awesome.
Okay. Has there been I didn't get through much of it. I don't know if it's bad yet. It seemed like it was going to be bad. I'm going to try to give it another shot. Maybe we watch it for How Awesome Is This? But has there been good live action versions done of any famous or beloved anime?
Sorry, Jimmy. I just got to say, you can't do that to us.
How bad is it?
It's not good.
I started it and I was like, wait, I don't want the fandom to hear this and then jump. I don't want drama with it, because I realized the Death Note fandom they're passionate, right?
You know what I think about to answer your question is that it's hard. I haven't seen a live action one that I think Ghost in the Shell might have been the most passable, but it's hard because when something's animated, it can do things that you can't do in real life.
The one that got closest was Alita.
It's just
Alita. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. But I think it's just hard because it's drawn. And when something's drawn, you can do really cool things.
I tweeted about Alita and it had a mixed reaction. I watched it on a flight and then I was fascinated. I had to look it up and I realized, oh, it's Robert Rodriguez, who I'm a huge fan of. Then when I tweeted about it, people were tagging him and I'm like, God, I hope he doesn't see the tweet. Basically, I was saying for 300 million, we could have made like 100 films, like 100 banging, like awesome films. And I guess in some people's minds, it made money and others it didn't, because you never know what the marketing is. But to me, it didn't seem like there was that much fan love for Alita, but it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but yeah, I was like, I don't know if this was the best way to spend 300 million.
Yeah, it just seems hard to me. It's hard. I just think it's just things you can do that are when you're drawing, and it's hard to follow it up with a live action. I mean, I think, and then once CGI and special effects get to a certain point that they can keep up, then it's not. It kind of blurs the line.
Yeah, Rich does these dance videos online. You guys have to check them out. We'll give everyone the handles before you get off. But it's hysterical. You're like, I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I was dancing around and someone secretly filmed me. Yeah. It's crazy.
Like I had one where I fell into the pool and my thing was like, wait for it. It's like, wait for what? I'm like, I fell into a pool? Like I thought that would...
And we just started going back. I'm like, why am I arguing with someone who wants to be angry? Like, okay, yeah. And then on another one, there was a wait for it. He's like, wait for what? I'm like, for you to comment. That was all I said to him.
For you to come on my face.
Yeah, for you to come on my face. Ugh. Oh, it's a little salty.
Why is it so salty? What did you have? Whitefish?
No, it was the balsamic. I said just a little vinegar. Hold on, let me have a bite.
Oh, don't do that. We both talk about how our parents make noises with their mouths. Oh my God, it's so...
We should make like a song. And like that should be like... No, what do you have special? Ugh. Grilled salmon with no grill marks. What? I want to boost my lonely owner. You know, something like...
I love that so much.
It's the real. What was the when we were kids? Wasn't there like a what were they weren't called? What were they called? Like they were not fairy
Harlem
tales,
Globetrotters.
not fairy tales, but they were like about Babe the Blue Ox and
Long Tails.
Yeah, Long Tails. That what they're
Long
called?
Tails. Yeah, fables and Long Tails.
Yeah. So
Tall
remember-
Tales.
What was there was the black guy who went up against
John Henry. John Henry went up
Henry
against
was
the
the
locomotive.
legend.
Yeah.
And he died. All I remember is this big black guy. They were trying to. They're like, we don't need this big black guy. We got a train now.
Yeah.
That's
You're
all
like,
I
hold
took
on,
from-
wait a minute, motherfucker. You ain't with me. Hold on a minute now.
It's like Freddie Mac. I had a word
I'm
on my
better than a train.
Nice, good.
I'm better than a train. Give me a motherfucking sledgehammer on this. I'll show you, motherfucker. I'm Hank Aaron. Whatever the fuck that is. It's me.
I'm faster than this.
See like a butterfly? Look at that feed, motherfucker. I'm shit. Let me take the little Henny real quick. Yo, let me get the sand. Let me get the salmon.
I just remember being a little kid being like, this is just very racist. Right? Like, this has to be- this isn't right, dude. Then he dies.
Yeah, it is racist.
The train wins anyway.
From overwork. From overwork.
They overworked him.
White guy at a train watching him like, oh, go ahead there. Mickey.
That's just them saying that black people are lazy. He couldn't even finish the job.
He might actually do it. Wow, keep on going there, black. Keep on going there, little blackie.
You know, it's not going to die. My locomotive.
It was just a commercial. It was just an ad.
It was an advertisement.
We're sponsored by Yo Kratom, baby. It was this CBD Delta Cold. Look at that. Damn, I got thought.
Was there a cartoon version of that? Why do I
Yes.
remember
Yes.
reading it?
Yes.
Can we see?
Yes.
Can we see something?
It was
I
on,
remember.
I believe it was on HBO. I believe it was on HBO when I was a kid.
I remember a cartoon version.
Yes.
Remember HBO had some fun kind of cartoons. Babar.
Babar
was on HBO. Remember Brain Games?
Brain Games. What else
Brain
was on?
Games is now over.
Over, yeah.
Dude, member berries. Let's go.
Spawn was on HBO at one point.
Yeah.
late in the
Do you-
night.
Spawn was
Can we see the? Can we see a cartoon rendition of John Henry? Even if it's not that one. I bet you there's one. There has to be one, Shannon.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Let's try this
Oh,
one.
damn, Babar brought me back. This is
Babar.
it.
John Henry. Yeah, he had a big ass hammer. This is a guy.
Yep.
Now this is some Nubian news.
Yeah,
This is John
Now,
Legend.
this one's not going to be anywhere near as racist. I need the one from when I was a kid.
I want to see a bunch of Asian guys on the track.
Yeah.
John Henry, like, I got this.
Look for. They should do a parody of it.
I'm pretty sure it was on.
John Henry's hammer.
It's John Henry just a white chicken, then they bring in like a huge dildo. They're like, oh yeah, compete with this, the locomotive.
Oh yeah, him versus
He dies.
Yeah,
He
dies. Yeah,
Wesley Pipes.
yeah.
Drag his huge body off of her. She's dead.
Wesley Pipes stars as John Henry.
Lexington Steel.
As John Henry.
So good. Yeah, kill him. Kill him off. Kill him off.
John Henry in Rarely Heard Good.
Yeah, rarely, yo,
Mr. Marcus.
Shannon, this was painted by Bob Ross. This is not.
Draw a little happy
These are
blacks
all
over here.
isn't there one that looks like an '80s cartoon?
No,
Well,
they're
let's
all
see.
newer.
I think-
Keep with that one. Well, what was happening in that one? I don't know. It looked like the
go back
Lion
to it?
King for a minute. It looked good.
Yeah, go back to it for a second. Take a look at this. Look down, you'll always be a slave. It's Les Miserables. It's Les Miserables.
They don't you always be a slave.
Look down, you're standing in your grave. Now bring me prisoner 2 for 601. Your time is up and your parole's begun. You know what that means?
601.
Yes, that means I'm free.
I'm free.
No! That means you get your yellow ticket of leave. You are a thief.
But I'm Hugh Jackman.
I stole a loaf of bread.
Stole a loaf of bread.
You robbed a house.
I broke a window pane.
Yeah.
My sister's child was
on welfare.
Close to death.
We were starving.
They murdered sport. They murdered sport. We were starving.
You will starve again unless you learn the meaning of the law. I learned the meaning of those 19 years.
I learned the meaning of those 19 years.
Slave of the law.
S word of the law.
5 years for what you did, you black piece of shit. The rest because you tried to run. Yes, 2 for 601. My name is Jean Valjean.
My name is Jean Valjean.
And I am Javert. Do not forget my name. Do not forget me.
Weren't you in the Gladiator? Pretty sure I'm Hugh Jackman. You were in the Gladiator. I didn't know you could sing. You're gonna die by throwing yourself off a bridge at the end of this movie. I'm Hugh Jackman.
How do you not like figs? Who doesn't like figs? It's crazy. The man is talented. He's throwing references. He's throwing voices. I get that with Robbie, it's probably too much. But he makes bad decisions sometimes. You can't blame him for that. His mom hit him.
I thought to myself, I either got ripped off or this is my first case.
For Christmas, my parents for Christmas got me a new bedroom set. That was my Christmas present. That was in November that I ordered this new bedroom set. It finally came this Saturday. 5 months waiting for my bedroom set. I was so excited for it to come. I had to sleep on my couch one night because I had to get all my old furniture out. It was such a whole thing. The guys come in and they're delivering everything. I'm on no sleep. I'm so tired. And then they're like, so we have the headboard, but did you order a footboard? And I'm like, no, I ordered a bed, which is the entire bedroom set. Like, I didn't realize I had to order a footboard separately. And then they called the warehouse and they're like, oh, that piece just didn't come in. So I have everything there and then my mattress on the ground like a college student.
Right.
Wow.
It's all these little things they catch you with where it's like, oh, did you order that's like buying a car. It's like, did you order the bumpers? It's like, I thought that was part of the car. It's like, no, those are separate pieces. So you're sleeping on a mattress on the ground.
Yeah, and you know me and my like bugophobia.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of being so close to the ground to sleep. But
Oh, there's a great chance a spider went into your mouth.
Don't even why
Yeah,
no
for sure, because
now,
that's because
right?
when you probably swallowed a few spiders.
So it's not really 6 days because if we're going to start with
There's a beef.
Wow.
There's a beef that's going on this podcast
Over
right
here.
now. There's a special investigation. And we need to be a team.
She lives in a hostile, whatever. A hostel. Yeah, there you go. Hostile. Sorry.
So they couldn't put together everything but the last piece.
No, they put everything else together.
Right.
It's just that now there's just like a headboard propped up against my wall, and which could fall on me really at any moment because it's not connected to anything.
All the pieces are there. No bottom. So the bed could have been slanted.
So the frame didn't come either. Like the rails, the guy said this morning. The rails.
Your bed is off the rails.
You know?
No, but I don't want to get into who put the bed together.
Oh, I paid for
delivery.
white glove service, so they assembled everything.
Wow.
White glove service.
White glove service?
That's like they assemble and organize everything.
Right.
Did they have bow ties on when they were doing it?
That would have been cool.
I think this is Chippendales, Mike.
That would have been cool.
That would have been great.
That would have been cool if it was white glove service and they came in there. And one of the guys, you were obviously distraught when there was no footboard that was brought in. And what did he say? Did you go, well, now I'm going to have to sleep on the ground? And did he say anything kind of like to make you feel better?
Well, he called the warehouse in front of me and he did lots of like sighs and stuff, but to be on my side. He's like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know. And he's like, maybe I'll be the one that brings it back and like puts it together, whatever. He was very like nice. There's nothing he could do about it.
Right.
Not hot though. There's also LED lights in
What?
the furniture. There's rhinestones on it.
What?
It's wonderful.
There's a
So
Bluetooth
pretty.
speaker in it as well?
No.
Where'd your parents get this from?
No, I ordered it. They just paid for it. But I picked it out. I love it.
A
It's so pretty.
rhinestone LED light.
Can you pull it up, please?
How can you sleep with LED lights?
No, I turn them off. It's
Oh,
just
you
like
turn
for
them
show.
off.
For my cats, I guess. I don't know who's going to see
For the
it.
cats, when they're high on catnip, they get a little light show?
Let me see if
What
I
the
can.
hell's going on, Mike?
We have a lot to get to, but let's slow it down because we want to get a look at Shannon's bed. I mean, the fans, I think, want it.
I mean, it's got to be Googleable.
Yeah. Rhinestones and LED lights.
Oh, this is it.
Is there a Super Bowl show that happens in your bed every?
Okay, this
week?
is it. You can share this.
Wow.
Isn't it pretty?
I mean,
that's pretty nice.
It is beautiful,
So
actually.
yeah, there's the headboard and the mirror, and then underneath the nightstand have the light, and then each of the handles has rhinestones on.
Oh, so you got the whole set?
Yeah, I have the whole set except the footboard.
Did it come with like a little remote control where you could like pick the color of the light?
No, that's what sucks. I can't change
That
the color.
sucks.
It's just this color that it shows.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just lavender color.
Yeah, but I like that.
Do you get mirrors on the ceiling, Shannon?
No.
That's not just for. It's also to look at yourself.
What
in
is
the
she,
morning.
a Coke queen? What is she, a
I
Coke
like
dealer?
mirrors on the ceiling.
Do you?
She does
I do
Kratom,
like it. I
Mike,
do
not
actually-
Coke.
I do actually like mirrors on the ceiling.
Not for.
I mean, not for, but just to have it. I think it's a cool effect. I like the thing that Katie bought me, which is the
stars.
The stars. What's that
The
called?
little light, like it does. It's like a
projector.
globe
Projector.
Projector.
Yeah, but what's that called?
Galaxy?
No, it's where you go. The planetarium. It's like a planetarium. Although when she's not in the mood to have the lights on, she goes, "They burn your eyes out. They're lasers." I go, "Why would you buy lasers for me then?" Anyway, so I like that. But the mirror thing is kind of cool. It seems like it would fit with that.
Yeah.
Fit with that scene.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the timeline on it, Shannon? Our fans are dying to know. I have to ask the tough questions.
So I called them this morning because they were closed all weekend, so I couldn't find anything out. And they told me to send them a picture of all of the pieces I did receive, and then they can resolve it. But I'm like, well, I'm not home now, so now I have to wait till tonight to send it to them. And they were like, I assure you, it's not going to take as long as this first round. But the first round was 5 months, so it could be how many months?
And they'll just go, it's a COVID shipping
Exactly.
supply chain.
Exactly.
They just say supply chain like we all supposed to know what that means.
Yeah.
And then everything is that, that's why you could have been late, Mike. You could have just said supply chain.
There was
supply chain, COVID test backup,
lots of COVID in
racial
Harlem.
inequity. If you would have just said that, then we would have been like, okay, well, I
Can't
can't
touch
ask
it.
any more questions
That's
now.
This was kind of crazy. This wasn't in my house or anything. This was in Houston for when we were down there for shooting Shane special. And we stayed in this house, like this Airbnb out like 20 minutes out of town. And I remember one night I got up, and it's when you're in like a new house or staying at like an Airbnb or something, obviously you don't know the house noises, something, anything. Dude, I went downstairs to the kitchen to get a bottle of water, and out back they had a pool there, and the pool lights were on at night, and it was like green, blue. And I definitely saw someone like walking on the other side of the pool. Like, and I looked to be like, and I had my glasses on and everything. And I was like, maybe it's just like, I thought it might be a bug in the big light that was shining on. So that was creating the movement, but it wasn't at all. And I definitely saw like legs walking on the other side. I couldn't see a top half or anything like that because it was too dark. And I just saw it. I was like, I just went back to bed. I mean, I don't think I ever, but it was very, very, like, I could see it. It was like, right in front of me. And I was like, that was definitely someone walking on the other side of that pool.
Could it
And then I
have
was
been
like-
a person though?
No, everybody was asleep. It was me, Kyla, John, Tom, so there was like 6 of us staying at that house, but this was like hours after everybody went to bed. And at that weekend, me and Kyla were the only like cigarette smokers in the house that would have been up like, randomly to smoke a cigarette or something in the middle of the night. But yeah, it was definitely not one of us. And it might have been a person, I don't know, because I didn't see anything else, but I saw legs definitely on the outside rim of the pool. And I was talking to one of our Lyft drivers about it, and he was talking about how there's tons of accounts in this place, this neighborhood that's like right outside of Houston, about 20, 30 minutes outside of it, or Austin, because we did it at Creek and Cape, that is very rumored to have a lot of paranormal stuff.
So when you
I was
saw
like,
it, when you saw it though, it registered to you as like something ghostly, or did it register to you as like who that it did?
Yes, it registered me as something that wasn't a human, because I knew at first, I mean, if it was, then I would have definitely went out there or at least like, done something. But I was like, that's not real. So that's why I kind of wrote it off. But I don't know. Ghosts don't scare me like that at all. Also, I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of still half in the bag, so maybe it was just, I'm up. I don't know.
I feel like I know the answer to this already, but have you like looked up the place where you stayed to see if anybody else had a similar experience?
I did that then literally 5 minutes after I went back upstairs because I Googled the area, but I didn't really find anything. A couple of like random posts, but not in that area. But when I talked to the Lyft driver, this one older lady who's been there her entire life, she grew up like 12, 13 minutes away from the house we were staying in. She was like, yeah, there's been for years since they started developing that land where because it's all a bunch of like rich houses out there that people Airbnb. No one lives there full time. So there's always been like these odd stories of cults and people like squatting in these houses and doing seances and all this crazy. But nothing like, no one's ever like seen it or has any evidence. It's all just, but I don't know. With that community, I always just go, okay. Because they're like, were you scared? I was like, no. What's a pair of legs going to do to me? Didn't even have an upper torso.
Legion of Skanks. Welcome to the
Waitress, I have noticed a change in your attitude. Are you into my boy Lewis?
Yes. Waitress, there's something that happened.
Waitress, what's going on? Because something changed. No.
There's a twinkle in her eye, doggy.
Just
shut up, you suck, dude.
Waitress, just answer the question. It's fine. Are you into my boy a little bit?
Doggy says she doesn't know. I'm telling you, she doesn't know.
All right.
Hold on.
I love her.
Bobby and I noticed something. You guys noticed the waitress acting different within like the last 2 weeks or so?
Yeah.
So she told us today when we got in that she actually got a concussion 2 weeks ago.
Nuh-uh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, you're kidding me.
Yeah, no, she really did.
Waitress, did you get a concussion 2 weeks ago, right when you started liking Lewis?
Waitress, is it a brain injury? Waitress, is this a brain injury?
Are you shallow howling Lewis? Are you shallow howling him? Are you seeing something different?
I literally am dizzy every day, and I fell down.
You're dizzy every day. And you go, oh, I bet Lewis looks strong. Is a strong enough ape to hold me up from falling downstairs?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I think $1 bills are $100 bills, so Lewis is a much better tipper. Jay just gives me fives.
Forgive me. I have a couple follow-up questions. Wait, you fell down the stairs?
Yeah.
Like, how?
I was walking
hilariously.
down the stairs.
Yeah.
And
Just
I fell
Lewis
down.
put oil
I
on a
stepped
stairs.
backwards, but I held my head because I know how to fall, but I guess I didn't.
God, waitress.
Oh my God, she got a serious concussion.
Shut up, dude. She's perfect.
Yeah. She's concussed and has long-term COVID. She's ready for the picking.
You shut the fuck up. She's perfect and she's smart and nothing is wrong with her brain.
No, that's totally.
Waitress, you have a beautiful, perfect brain.
You do. Lewis will teach you how to use a fork again. Oh, hey, have you met Lewis's regarding Waitress, his new girlfriend?
That is wild that I just organically go, something's really changed in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
With the way you're
She hit her
looking
head.
at
She's
Lewis.
forgotten her entire history.
She's like, I don't know. I had part of my brain
I swear to God,
removed.
and I mean this,
She forgot that Lewis has been standing outside of her bedroom window for the past 3 years.
She goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I met Lewis 2 weeks ago. Things have been going pretty good.
The guy gave me a really large tip, and for the first time meeting him, that's pretty cool.
It's 41st date. She thinks it's the first day every day.
This Lewis guy's like, you're Groundhog Day. You're learning everything about her. We move on, but you live this day over and over again. You son of a bitch.
So, you want to open up with a little light news?
Sure.
A little light New York City news.
Nice. Subway shooting, guys. There was one in our city today. I still don't think they found the perpetrator, did they?
No.
So
they didn't even describe him. We don't know anything about him. We don't know what he looks like.
Well, they did. When in the one article, they said he's about 5'5", and then I go, well, there we know why you did it. Short King Summer.
Oh my God, Corinne!
Listen, I have a whole lot bit about how I love short guys, but
That's, it seems to not sit well with a lot of men, and it certainly is not sought after on dating apps. So maybe he said, F it. If no one's going to swipe on me, I'm going to take everybody in this subway down.
I mean, that is something that literally happens. Men are not well.
Yeah, and that's like very short.
It's also so crazy because every guy who's done like a mass event where he's like, I'm going to kill a bunch of people because I can't get... He ends up killing more men than women. And it's like, bro, you're so fucking incompetent. I know why women don't fuck you.
Right.
Absolutely just the worst.
Well, maybe his strategy was to make less men exist in the borough so he could increase his odds of slaying some this summer.
If you can't get laid in New York, I truly don't know what to do for you.
Right.
I watch if you Google documentary, homeless man Times Square, there's a guy who used to live in Times Square and they did a documentary about him and he was homeless, but he was like a ladies' man. So he would like go out with women all the time and stay with them and them, and that's how he would like live.
I know a comedian who used to do that.
Jesus Christ. But I'm just like, a homeless guy? Like he's literally like panhandling, and then at the end of the day he goes and picks up on women, and he just like walks into a CVS and like drinks some mouthwash or whatever and just like has enough money to get drunk and then goes out, goes home with women, goes back to being homeless.
Well, you could stay at a new woman's house every night, and like you could just like and then like be like, oh, I got a shower after sex, and then you could always be clean.
Yep.
You would just need a place to wash your clothes.
Here's the thing. If a man you and he goes to your house, you have to at one point be like, why does he have a bindle? That seems weird. That's the stick with the little sack on it. I'm doing a joke.
I was like, I don't even know what that is. I didn't know there was a proper word for. I mean, I
thought it was weird when he ate a can of beans over a fire before we had. But I'm doing old school hobo jokes.
I remember Pepper. That was my first dog, the family dog. But I'm glad we had to take Pepper. We had to get rid of him. We had to get him to a home because my grandma didn't feel like taking care of the dog no more, but she wasn't taking care of the dog when she had him. She was giving us cake and coffee. Oreo. I remember one time Pepper ate Oreos and lived. So I was like, we got to keep him on the strength of he ate a whole pack of Oreos and he's still alive. So, but no, we had to get rid of him.
Yo, wait, Oreos will kill a dog, really?
Oh, chocolate will kill a dog.
Yeah. So should we be eating chocolate?
Yeah, we're not dogs, Dave. We're not dogs, Dave. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying, but we still got a digestive tract,
No,
right?
but we don't have the same digestive tract as a dog.
Yeah, we eat dogs eat raw meat.
Yeah, they eat raw meat.
We can eat raw meat, can't we?
Not a lot of it.
Not a lot. Tartar maybe, but not. Nah, we don't have the same setup as a dog.
How the do we know this shit about dogs? Get it.
Do the research.
I'm not
reading
a book. You didn't read a book.
I talked to the vet. I talked to vets.
Okay. Then say that. Then say that. Don't
dogs
yell at
don't
me.
have the same digestive tract as a human being. That's why they can't eat chocolate. These can't eat onions. They hate seafood. All that. They can't do none of that.
Dogs can't have seafood?
Nah, I remember I tried to give
See, do you understand why I shouldn't have one? I'm just now learning a lot of shit about myself.
Yeah,
so I don't
you
even
can't-
have no
they can't
animal.
do onion. They got a
They gonna be
different
mad
setup.
at me.
My old cat was a people food. He ate a cheesesteak from Pat's once while I was asleep.
A whole steak?
Picked it up and ate it. And then, dude, one time he ate a weed brownie that I had on the coffee table. And I flipped my and I see this cat. He sat on the couch like a person sits.
Oh, wow.
And just stared at me. And I was like, oh, you're so high. And I'm just, watching to make sure he has water and stuff. And I can only describe what he did. I don't know if it was defiant. I don't know if it had to happen. He took a human on the car. If you walked in on it and saw the two of us, you would think I did it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I guess there's no way he could have
processed that whole cheesesteak
and even chewed it down to small enough for him to process. You know what I mean?
Me and Steven, with my cat now, will sleep like back to back sometimes. And it's just like the Always Sunny, when Charlie and Frank wake up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's
to bed.
So one morning, my wife wakes up and she goes she's like in the kitchen having breakfast, and she takes the sheet off two of us. We're sleeping back to back, and there's just one turd in the bed.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know who to blame for this. I can't ask the cat, but it was the two of us with a dip.
Real Charlie Kelly.
and just one log.
So all right, I know it's bad for a human if he's sideways while asleep.
Yeah,
but for a cat, that's got to be really, really bad. Right?
He's old. It's like when cats get old, sometimes like they take one with them. Like it's still like halfway in them, and they'll walk around the house. The key to that, this is my job in the cat owning. So Seymour will be walking around. I'll have like a half one still, and I've learned you don't want to yank it because that's gonna spook them.
Jesus
Christ. So what you do is you take a napkin and you grab the turd and then you walk the cat away from it. Because if you yank it, he's like, "Who's up my?" But if you walk him away from it, he's like, "That's relieving."
What?
Thank you. You're solving a problem for me.
My handicapped friend, he can't see. He's blind as a bat. And now he's live on the show. Please welcome my handicapped friend. My handicapped friend. We found the most handicapped person we can. And he promises that he has a great sense of humor. Please welcome my dear friend, Bill Bowles. Bill, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Are you married?
So no.
You ever been?
No, but I've got, I've dated. I've been in relationships and stuff like that.
Have you ever grabbed a girl's and go, sorry?
Okay. One time at an amusement park, I was walking and it was all of us in a group, right? So I was holding on to the
whole bunch of blind people.
Friend. No. I was the only blind one, and so my little niece is running off to my right, and it's Halloween, so I'm reaching down and scaring her every few minutes. You know what you like? You do that with Piper, right? Right. Well, she decided to with me and ran all the way to the other side, and I didn't realize it. So I went and I grabbed some girls, like straight up left cheek, full palm.
Yeah, what
there was no explaining. Oh, Jesus Christ! She screamed bloody murder.
Yeah,
and basically, I had to, I'm blind. I had to use the blind card to get.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, I'm blind. I thought you were my niece.
Oh my God!
You're like, okay, Woody Allen.
Yeah. There's no getting out of it. There was no problem though. She kind of understood, but I had to make a quick exit. Like I was like, let's get out of here. Let's get moving, because that was probably one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened.